T-minus 21 seconds, and the solid rocket booster engine gimbal now underway.
The 10th launch of the Challenger space shuttle started similarly to the first 9. In fact, as Scott Phillips recalls, his boss at the time thought it would be too cold for a launch and told him to pack up some of his things outside of Redstone.
He said, it's not going to fly today. You might as well go ahead and pick those items up. Because I've seen every flight, from STS-1 all the way to that flight. And I agreed with her. I said, it's too cold.
But the 7-member crew loaded up, and the 25th space shuttle launch did go forward. But 73 seconds into flight,
accelerating towards 2,000 miles an hour.
Disaster.
Of course, on the radio it said they lost downlink with the Challenger. I knew that was bad news.
Phillips was just 19 years old when he joined as part of the crew that tested the space shuttle hardware and went on to spend 30 years in the flight program working with the external tank. He kept his copies of both the Presidential Commission Report and the memorial pamphlet from Marshall Space Flight Center that honored the 7 who died.
It was really initially traumatic because we had never lost a crew like that. And I knew they were gone after seeing that explosion on television.
But despite tragedies like Challenger and Columbia during his career, Phillips, nicknamed Shuttleman, still loves the shuttle program. He channels his passion into crafting handmade wooden models of shuttles. He even made one of Challenger after some hesitancy.
It's a connection back to the generation that's after me, because it's not the story as much as it is the beauty of what the shuttle program represented, was really freeing ourselves of this planet.
Phillips says NASA learned some key lessons about their hardware from that day, but he also thinks future generations can learn something as well.
Failure is a teaching tool. It's not forever. And this next generation needs to learn that. We need to make mistakes. Unfortunately, we lost 7 lives. But I'm reminded that we continued on in their honor and, of course, learned from that.
And of course, it would be another 17 years before the Columbia disaster in 2003. And every year on this day, NASA honors those who died in those 2 tragedies, along with the astronauts who died in a fire during a test of Apollo 1 capsule on their annual Day of Remembrance. Naja?